Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to episode 70 of our Hearts of Midlothian save, and today we're going to be playing Partick Thistle and Glasgow Rangers in the league. But before that, we have the first round draw for the Europa League, which we of course parachuted down into. Now let's have a quick look at this. Now, it's a bit of a weird one. From what I understand, it's not a two-legged tie, it's just a one-leg knockout game. Now I'm assuming that's to do with the Winter World Cup and just having to get games in. And it looks suspiciously to me like it is an open draw as well. I'm assuming we won't be able to get Rangers, who are also in the thing here. If you look at that behind my head, so what we'll do to quicken it up, I'll just hit next team so we can get through it quickly. I mean, we want to be at home. If it's just a one-off game, you want to be at home. You can see there yourselves. There doesn't appear to be any seedings. So yeah, I don't know. If it's one off, which is what it looks like. If we look at the rules, well, actually, I'll do the draw first, then we'll have a look at that. There's nothing about first or second legs. It's just round appearance, running winner goes on to the next game. There's some big clubs in here, isn't there? Legia, we probably wouldn't mind getting. Ajax. I mean, we're getting down towards the end here. Are we going to get? No. Hearts. So we do get a home tie. Well, we want Moscow, don't we? Of those three, otherwise it's tough. And we get Sevilla at home to Sevilla. That looks to be enough. I'll show you the rules here. First knockout round, match rules. It's just match rules. There's no leg rules. So I'm pretty sure it's a one-off game. And it's going to be a one-off day game against Sevilla, a La Liga team. That is going to be tough. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, guys, let's see how we've been getting on since last episode, starting with our game against Wraith Rovers. We'll get to the Wraith game in just a second, but the breaking transfer news is we have signed Juan Aymar from Cologne in Argentina. It's a big transfer fee. It's worth a little bit less than we paid for him, so we've perhaps overpaid ever so slightly, but we did what we needed to do to get him in the door. Really, really love the handling of 17. I'm hoping that'll stop sort of the flaps that we see from Teddy Smith. We're just waiting on him to accept the contract from QPR. Sorry, guys. Hello? Speaking. What do you mean he rejected the contract? Tell Teddy we've already replaced him. He needs to go to QPR. There's no place for him here anymore. Oh, I knew this would happen. Guess what's happened? Teddy Smith has rejected the contract of QPR. We now have 4 goalkeepers at the club. Ryan Moss, you called it, mate. You did call it. Well done. We're now in a little bit of a, can we say, shit show to try and get him out the club. But let's look at that in just a second. Let's go and see how we got on against Wraith Rovers in the league. Turnbull opened the scoring after half an hour, smashing home a Uche knockdown. Sean Clare snuck a shot under the Wraith keeper to double our lead just after the hour mark. Dimitri Mitchell's wonderful free kick secured the points, before Sean Clare added to his tally with yet another goal. So we go, a really, really good win in the end. It was a bit of a slow first half, just the Davy Turnbull goal. Sean Clare's double and Dimitri Mitchell in the second half got the job done for us in the end. We did miss a penalty there as well, as you can see. Wraith were poor, we were quite good, as you can see. But yeah, big 3 points there. Next, we hosted Motherwell in the league. Innes Cameron gave us an early lead after Motherwell failed to clear their lines. Brewster doubled our lead early in the second half, turning in his own rebound, before Lancaster added a third from the spot. Harry Cochrane's free kick defied physics for our fourth, and Brewster rounded off the scoring with a stunning volley from Mitchell's cross. And this was another really, really good performance. Motherwell aren't the best team, but we put them to the sword. Innes Cameron with a goal, Brewster with a double, Lancaster with a penalty, and Harry Cochrane as well. Again, Motherwell were poor, we were quite good, and it was a really, really well-deserved 3 points. And you'll see Aymar was doing bits in goal, which was good to see as well. After this, we hosted Berwick Rangers in the Scottish Cup 4th round. Uche gave us an early lead, smashing home a loose ball, before doubling our lead minutes later from a corner. And he completed his hat-trick after 12 minutes, heading in Greg Taylor's cross. Anthony Turner got our 4th at the back post, his first goal for the club. McDonald found space in the box to smash home our 5th, before Turnbull scored our 6th, but only at the second attempt. and we were just too strong for Berwick Rangers, weren't we? Uche with his hat-trick inside 15 minutes, which was incredible. Anthony Turner got his first for the club. Have a quick look at him. He is developing nicely. I do think we might have a really good left-back on our hands there. McDonald and Turnbull got the other goals. Turnbull, of course, not getting the penalty for a second missed penalty technically, but he did get the rebound. Now, while we were beating Berwick, Celtic were playing St Mirren, and they lost to St Mirren, and we have drawn St Mirren in the next round. So with Celtic out, we've got to be favourites for this Scottish Cup now, which is absolutely huge. But we did have one more game to catch you up on. That is the derby against Hibs. Sean Clay got the only goal of the derby, and he just does not score average goals. I call this a dominant 1-0 win. They didn't get a shot on goal. We should have won by more, but it was Sean Clay. He came off the bench, and he just doesn't stop scoring this season, does he? He is in the form of his life. And yeah, like I say, we should have scored more. 28 shots, only 8 on target, but we defended really well. It was a dominant 1-0 win. If we have a look at what all that means for the league table, you can see we are top, a point ahead of Celtic, albeit we don't have a game in hand anymore. We've got a nice gap, 9 points over Rangers, but we are going to play both them and Partick Thistle this episode, so we don't want to be letting them sort of catch up at all. We want to try and get this win if we can and keep that gap. We'll extend that gap to 12 points and make sure we stay ahead of Celtic. You can see the 2 draws there, at home to Sevilla in the Europa League and at home to St Mirren in the Scottish FA Cup. What to catch you up on the transfer window? There's been little bits happening. As I said, Teddy Smith rejected the offer from QPR, which I didn't see coming. And Ryan Moss, as I said, you called that out in the comments, and what I should have done is had a clause in the transfer of Amar that he can't come in until Teddy leaves. But we do have other bids coming in now. It's not the £2 million we thought we were going to get. We've got a bid from Crystal Palace. You can see it there. It's 1.2 million, which is okay. And the one that we'd rather he take is Cardiff, 1.5. It's basically we're getting just below what he's worth. And like I say, I had to transfer list him. He's unhappy now. I didn't want it to end like this with Teddy Smith. He's been such a good player for us. But we've just got to try and get him out the door. And there's no other ins right now. We have essentially maxed out. A couple of outs there you can see. A couple of players out on loan. Kenny McIntosh, who's been sort of a backup left, right back. We've sent him out on loan to get first team football. We just don't want to stunt his development. So hopefully that will be good for him. Mark Keane, who we saw at the end of last season get a couple of goals for us. We've sent him out to our feeder club or our affiliate club in Cork. And we've also done the same with Connor Smith. Just to try and get their development kicking on a little bit as well, because we haven't really seen them in the first team this year. If we look at the finances, the actual balance is fine. We're actually slightly over our wage budget now. We need to get these keepers out the door, and we've essentially blown through our transfer budget. If we were to sell Teddy Smith, we'd get just over half of that back to spend, but I'm not really thinking on spending too much more now. I'd rather wait, see what we do this season, and have sort of a proper transfer budget to spend in the summer. So that is everything to catch you up on, I do believe. So let's now go and have a look at what we are expecting against... we'll have a look at the dynamics as well. You can see everything looking good. What we're expecting against Partick Thistle. And this is it. Now, if you're wondering what happened to Neil Lennon, he's at Partick Thistle. You probably can't see that because it's behind my head, but we are the favourites for this one. They are really struggling, bottom of the league right now, just the one win all year. This is what we're expecting. They're an attacking, standard playing style. As I said, Neil Lennon is the manager there. We're expecting them to play like this, which tends to suit us. I don't want to jinx it, but we tend to do okay playing against sort of this formation. You can see they're very, very narrow against Rangers. There's their passing network and their lack of key passes. And this is the team that we are sending out, again, with half an eye on the Rangers game coming up after this. But we're going to have a first look at Amar in goal. It's Mitchell, who should be on attack because it's Dimitri Mitchell. O'Connor, Proctor and Lang as the back four. We might put Lang back. Leave him on attack. It's Dozzell and Turnbull in midfield. It's Curtis Jones back from injury but not really fully fit, but we're going to give him a run out in this one. Buckley and Clare with Uche up top. So they are playing as expected, which is excellent news for us. Uche is still unhappy at the club. What do we want to say here? Expected to prove a point today. We've been on a good run. Just go out there and impress me, boys. He's still unhappy, which is a little bit annoying. It can take. I've seen in the past. I've had players that have been unhappy for a year, and then they've sort of come around and realised that life isn't so bad. The problem with that with Uche is that he's 27. So if we say it's going to take a year, he'll be towards 28. He's a really good striker for the league, so it's someone that I wouldn't necessarily want to get rid of just because we could use him in the league, and we know he's an absolute just weapon in the Scottish leagues. But we are eventually going to move past him, and I just begin to wonder how much longer can we give him to sort of put his toys back in the... Oh, Dimitri Mitchell is a free kick. God, third goal of the year. The goalkeeping's got to have questions asked about it, but we will take that and run. That is 1-0. We will demand a little bit more, and that is the opening goal, and maybe a big one as well, because we've seen they're a struggling team. Celtic is hosting Aberdeen. Now, Aberdeen, I think, are fourth in the league. I think they're roughly neck and neck with Rangers. So ideally, we'd like to think they could maybe take something off of Celtic. They did, of course, beat us, didn't they, in that disastrous game that we had against them. Was it last episode or the episode before we had the replay of that, or the recap of that? So yeah, we'll just have to wait and hope for that one. Oh, wait, it's not. It's a missed header. It's a missed header. It's too much space. It's a good save from Amar. First thing that he's done on the channel, and that was good. That was better hands, wasn't it? We've seen Teddy Smith kind of flap at those. So like I say, I'm really, really hopeful. It does actually. It genuinely breaks my Football Manager heart that. What is that? It's offside, ref. Surely. No. Not. Amar, you're making me look stupid now, mate. That is unacceptable. It is actually breaking my Football Manager heart that. It's Teddy Smith's leaving like this, because he has been so good for us. It's a good effort. He's got there. He should have done better. There we go. That's what 4.5 million worth of goalkeeper buys you, everybody. Absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to be aggressive at halftime. We've not really put on the sort of performance I was hoping for here, to be honest. I mean, it's the only thing they've created, but then we haven't created that much either, have we? So let's go aggressive. Far from pleased, boys. Everybody else is... Nobody's on a booking. Everybody looks motivated. So we'll get back out there. We do have the ability to change things, obviously. We will look to do that. Here we go again with Dimitri Mitchell. That's a bit ambitious, mate, even for you. We'll give it a get creative. Just see what we can do here. Options off the bench. McNeil's on the bench. He hasn't scored a goal this season, though. For a striker to be in... Well, he'll be in mid-January. That's a little bit worrying. Here we go with Curtis Jones. He sprays a pass out there for Mitchell. That's good. Can he find Uche in the middle? Can he find Uche? Can he go himself? He finds Curtis Jones, and Curtis Jones, seventh goal of the year. First goal since he's returned from injury. And Dimitri Mitchell just might be saving our blushes here yet again. A wonderful free kick. And then he's laid that on a platter as well. Look at the space he had to run into. He ran into it, and then the thing that makes Dimitri Mitchell so good at the end of it, look at that for a pass, and it's not even a touch, just whack that in across the goalkeeper, and that is 2-1 on a day that we haven't been at our best. We don't need to care if it's offside because it wasn't given. On a day that we've not been at our best, but we're getting the job done now, and that is the main thing, isn't it? I'm looking at a couple of those guys in attack there. Buckley, we'll see what happens from this. 3-0 now, so Celtic is not going to be dropping points to Aberdeen. Buckley's not having a great day, and neither is Uche up top. We do see this from Uche, though, don't we? He's knocked that down, though. Turnbull! Oh, what a finish from Turnbull. Uche becomes just... we saw in the recap there, I think it was in this recap, a few knockdowns from Uche as well. He's really sort of almost playing as a target man at times in the penalty area now, and it's benefiting the players around him. If he can keep doing that, that's a wonderful knockdown. Not the best defending, and Turnbull makes no mistake with that. And that is 3-1, and that should be job done. I'm wondering, Buckley is not having his best day. We do have McDonald we can bring on. Good header there from O'Connor, down for Dozzle. I wish I'd had Lindsay on the bench, actually. Lindsay McLean, I should say. And we could have given him some game time here, but just trying to juggle game time for everybody right now whilst playing the main guys. Uche with another knockdown. Maybe we should just be playing as a target man. He's found Jones there. Can Jones slip a pass? He finds Turnbull. Turnbull out for Lang. Use the width here, boys. It's a good ball. Can someone get on the end of it? Oh, Sean Clare's the 17th of the year for him. And it's 4-1. And that is now the game. Excellent stuff. What we'll do now is we will take off Sean Clare. We'll rest him in case we want him off the bench against Rangers. Buckley's having a nightmare, but we'll just leave him out there at this point. Is there anybody else? I don't think so, to be honest. We'll just leave it, because everybody else that's on the bench I kind of want to have available for the Rangers game. Again, the reason Dimitri Mitchell's playing against these guys and not Rangers is just I want the better defensive player in Greg Taylor against Rangers. We can always bring him off the bench if we need to. It's another good finish. 17 goals from Sean Clare this year. He has just gone to a different level. absolutely incredible what he's done, or doing, I should say. Let's give them some praise. I don't like the complacency that's setting in a little bit there, but that's fine. Oh, it's a red card. Silly foul on Turnbull, and that is them down to 10. And this, well, that if there was ever any doubt this game was going to end up in a win for us, it's now gone, isn't it? Let's give Fitzgerald some game time at the centre half. We'll take Proctor off for him and just play 2 centre backs. And let's give Hickey some game time. We'll bring him on for Dozzle, who's looking a little bit tired. So we'll do that as well. Dozzle with the corner. Uche flicks it on. Oh, Connor can't force it over the line. Is the highlight going to continue here? It's Lang over for Dozzle for the retreating Proctor. Turnbull, have that, mate. Have that. Oh, what a goal that would have been. So in the end, it's been a relatively comfortable warm-up game for Rangers, but it didn't look like that at half-time, did it? But we have responded well, which is good, and it is another win. We're assuming that Aberdeen hasn't come back against Celtic, so we're going to stay a point ahead of them at the top of the table. Not the best clearance there. Lang picks it up, knocks one back in. Turnbull's there. This is probably it. We're overtime, and there we go. A good, solid win. Happy with that against, in the end, 10-man Partick Thistle, but I mean, that wasn't the deciding factor of the game, was it? I'm going to say don't get complacent ahead of the next game. So there we go. Hearts hammer Partick Thistle. Dimitri Mitchell is classy. We all knew that already, though, didn't we? He's just been a really good player for us. Proctor reveals my fury. Guys, wait right there. We'll be back to play Glasgow Rangers right now. Or next, not right now. There is breaking transfer news, and it's sad. It had to happen, but it's sad. Teddy Smith has left the club, £1.2 million off to Crystal Palace. He's got himself a nice little pay rise. He's up to just over $5,000 a week, which is obviously a lot more than we were paying him. Yeah, I mean, it had to happen. You can see now 47 compared to our current keeper, who the scouts rate 91. It had to happen, but as someone that we signed as a backup on a free transfer, what a player he has been for us. Look at those average ratings. It seems harsh. But like I said in the comments to Ryan, the thing is that he's been playing really, really well. He's been playing probably above his ability, but his ability it's just not good enough. And I've had to make sort of the Sir Alex Ferguson ruthless decision that we needed to upgrade. So let me know what you think in the comments. There's Teddy Smith. There's Juan Amar. Potentially still to improve as well. I think if we take the emotion out of it, I do think it's the right thing to do. But let me know what you think. Anyway, guys, let's skip on ahead here to the Rangers game. Goodbye, my Teddy! Goodbye, my friend! You've been my number one! You've been my number one at Hearts! Okay, welcome back, and here we go. We are hosting Rangers. We are the favourites. I don't remember us being favourites against Rangers before. They did lose last time out to Motherwell, 1-0, which is excellent for us because it means that they're already 12 points behind us. We can essentially kill them off this season in terms of catching us with a win here. So yeah, let's see what we can do. What we're expecting from now is still Philip Cocu. We have struggled, or I have struggled horribly against the Philip Cocu coached Rangers team. Balanced mentality, direct playing style. I don't even remember if we've beaten them. We're not actually expecting them to play like this. The scouts think they're going to basically play like a 4-1-4-1 formation. So we're sort of setting up, assuming that's the case. But to be honest, even if they're playing this, I think I want to play the way that we're setting up. You'll see in a second anyway. So we can see all the other information there for them. You can say, poor, weren't they? Really, really poor against Motherwell. Let's hope we get the same sort of performance to get out of them here. This is how we're playing. I want to sit a little bit deeper against them. I just feel like when we're playing Celtic, we're doing okay with a number 10. But that's not working against Rangers, so we're going to sit back a little bit more here. So it's going to be Amar in goal. It's Taylor, Hihu, Coping, and Johnson as the back four. Cochrane as the DM. Just going to sit in there for us with Dominguez and Hartford in midfield. Brewster and Lancaster go down the wing. Innes Cameron comes in up top. We have Sean Clare on the bench. I was very, very tempted to put Lancaster up top and Clare on the left. We're just going to see how this goes for now. So they are indeed playing very, very defensive against us, which is interesting. Expected to prove a point today, boys. Let's go out there and impress me. What do I want to say? Keep our run going. We owe 8 Rangers. What happened? Potentially lose our lead. Just go out there and relax. Let's maybe try that. Let's just go out there and relax today, boys. We should be able to beat them. Let's just go and do it. All right, and here we go. And Ellie has joined us for the big game, haven't you, Eloise? She may run off. She doesn't like when I start yelling at the game. So, oh no, she's settling in. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. I really just want to beat Philip Cocu for no other reason than I'm getting sick of being asked in post-game press conferences about never being able to beat him. Here we go with Lancaster. Oh, he's put a good header on target there, but not able to beat the keeper. It's a tough angle. You're never really going to score from there, are you? Here we go. Cochrane over a free kick. Cochrane for Leahy! He gets the goal, and Hibernian take the lead against Celtic. What the 25-second mark that was in the game. Let's demand a bit more. That is absolutely massive. A wonderfully floated free kick in by Cochrane, and who's there, and he can't miss, can he? He really, really can't. The goalkeeper's in no man's land, and it's 1-0. Was he offside? Was he ever? That is not offside, and it is 1-0 to the good guys. Let's go. Come on. I tell you what, if Celtic can keep losing games as well, then that would be wonderful. We'll have a proper review. Oh, yes, thank you, Eloise. We'll have a proper review of the transfer window once it's closed, but Celtic's squad is finally getting picked to pieces a little bit, which is huge for us as well, because even though they're getting a lot of money, like Gravenberch has got, I think he just went to, I want to say it was Bayern Munich for like 32 million. So they have 32 million pounds they can go and spend and strengthen the squad. But what they can't do is get that sort of that fluidity back that they would have had in their play. So that's 1-1. Never mind. Come on, Hibs. So you know, are the stars aligning announced 2-1? Hibs, you mother effers. It's 4-2. That escalated quickly, didn't it? They just angered them, I think. So that's been a bit of a snooze fest for us, but so far so good. Let's go. Things are going well. You're capable of better. Yeah, should I have said instantly? I regret not saying. Don't get complacent. But things are going well. We're capable of better here, and we just need to come on, boys. Come on. Keep that going. Second half. We were decent, weren't we? Yeah. Thank you, Ellie. I'm wondering if we make the change, bring Claire on and put what's his name? Lancaster up top and take Cameron off. But we'll just give it a little bit more time here in the second half and just see how things progress. You just can't get comfortable, can you? Yes, hello Eloise. Okay, no, come on Ellie. The game's on now. Come on, watch the game. And okay, here we go. This is not good. Can we... Oh, Amar's there. Has that covered all day long. Twice on Sundays, and that is okay. That is okay. Come on, boys. Demand more here. Demand more. Brewster's not having the best game either. I'm wondering... I mean, our attacking trio aren't completely at the races here. Here we go with Cochrane. We've seen him score from here before. Oh, that one saved. Dominguez is there on the follow-up, and he may have been offside. I think he was. Unlucky. Cameron on a booking, not playing particularly well. I think we might call it on him. Let's bring Sean Clare on for him, and we'll put Lancaster up top. And we'll just play Lancaster as maybe just as an advanced forward. Let's just try that. And if Brewster doesn't improve, what we can do is we can switch things around and bring McNeil on to play up top and put Clare over to the left. Here we go again with Cochrane. He's had a warm-up. Oh, Harry Cochrane! He just can't stop scoring free kicks. He's becoming... I mean, between him and Sean Clare and Dimitri Mitchell, I think we've got 3 players in the World 11. That appears to be how good they are. Another one, look at that. That's defying physics. It might even be defying the logic of having a net there, to be honest, but that's okay. Demand... Oh, we've come straight back. We've just got ourselves a nice little lead here, and... Oh, here we go. We know what Middleton can do to us. He destroys us for fun, doesn't he? Oh, I'm getting a little bit worried here. We don't want to concede straight after getting what looks to be a comfortable lead. Arfield rolls a ball in there for Morales. McGuinness. Oh, it's Middleton again. Oh, Middleton hits the post and Johnson puts it out for a corner. It's Amar in goal, isn't it? He's like, you shouldn't be in goal. Who's this guy? I don't know how to beat you. Come on, get this away. Oh, and Amar makes a stunning save. A stunning save. We might need to tell them to concentrate here. I wonder if we give them some praise. Brewster's continuing to have a poor day. Let's wait for after this highlight. And I'm thinking Hartford on a booking as well. We might make that change. Is it Hickey we have on the bench? I can't remember who we put on the bench. We go with He-Who. Nice little ball in there for Dominguez. Out for the overlapping Taylor. Can he pick out someone in the middle? We don't really have much height. We do have Brewster. Oh, we're about to take him off. And he's just made it 3-0. You can stay on, Rianne. You're doing okay now. Excellent, excellent stuff. Let's give them some praise for that. We're beating Rangers 3-0. We're absolutely destroying Glasgow Rangers. And are we looking, dare we say it, like we could be Scottish champions this year? Brewster, it's a stunning header, isn't it? It's a really good cross from Taylor, but it's a stunning header from Brewster. He leapt like a salmon and just put everything behind it. That is excellent stuff. Here we go again with Hartford. Oh, they're down to 10 as well. They're down to 10. Send him off, ref. There we go. It's all going wrong. It's all going wrong for Rangers. It's all going right for Hearts. This is wonderful, wonderful stuff. Taylor, another cross in. It's Brewster again. Brewster this time just over the bar. I'm just a little bit worried. A little bit worried about Hartford's yellow card there. So we'll take him off. There's nothing else I particularly want to do. I'm tempted to bring on McNeil for Lancaster, but the reason I'm not going to do that is McNeil's on a goal drought, and if I bring him on, it's just going to add another game to his goal drought, assuming he doesn't score. Maybe I bring him on and he scores, but you know what I mean? It's just going to add pressure to him, so we won't do it here. Here we go, Brewster with a little bit of space. Is that a penalty? No, it's not. Sean Clare, though, retrieves the loose ball. Back for Hehu. Oh, he's beaten his man for fun. He's beaten him twice. Put him on the wing. What's he doing at centre-back? It's a horrible pass, though. That's what he's doing at centre-back. Middleton's nicked it. And is he going to continue his goal-scoring form against us? No, he's not, because Amar is there yet again. And he is looking worth every cent of that 4.5 million transfer fee right now, isn't he? Middleton with the corner. It's away by Harry Cochrane. Hehu to retrieve it. Go yourself, mate. Go yourself. Can we hit them on the break for 4? Hehu, what are you doing that for? He just ran out of ideas. He's like, wait a minute. Shouldn't be up here. That's okay. Let's give them some praise. And with 2 minutes to go, is there a fourth in this? 4-0 against Rangers. That would be insane, wouldn't it? Hickey, he finds Taylor in acres of space. Taylor, he goes back post for Brewster. Down for Hickey. Aaron Hickey, it's blocked. It's still there for us. Darnell Johnson. It's Cochrane. Cochrane again to Taylor. How much space do we have on the left? It's there. It's headed away again. Dominguez. Somebody put this thing in the back of the net. Cochrane. Johnson, how long have we had possession here for? It's wonderful stuff. The keeper comes and it's a penalty. The keeper has just come out there and just taken Lancaster down. He has a chance now to add a fourth from the spot. Can he do it? Go on, Jackie boy. It's 4-0. It's 4-0 against Glasgow Rangers. They're down to 10 men. It's an absolute disaster for them. It is a day to remember for the Gorgie boys, though. Look at this. No, it's not a bad penalty. He's not as good as Turnbull. And Brophy was our other really good penalty taker, but Brophy's, I think he's on the way out, to be honest, this transfer window. Let's not concede a goal right at the end. It's away, is it? It's back to Middleton. Let's not let Middleton score. Cochrane hacks it into Kutch, and that ends the game. 4-0 against Glasgow Rangers. Read that and weep, boys. That is absolutely insane. Now, we've got to say don't get complacent, but that was a stunning, stunning performance. Rangers hammered by Hearts. We like reading those headlines, don't we? Finally, we've beaten Philip Cocu, and we just may have found the way to do it with that change in formation. Innes Cameron, we'll have to pay some money out for him, but that's fine. Classy Cochrane, he is looking every bit. World class is probably not the case. He's actually going off a little bit here right now, but he can still improve. He's only 21, and he's still getting better. He's worth £13 million. He doesn't have a release fee, though, does he? Doesn't have a release fee, which is important. Hopefully, long may he stay. But guys, that is it for today's episode. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. And of course, subscribe if you are new to the channel. And we will be back next time. We'll come back, I think, for a doubleheader in the Cup. So it'll be St Mirren in the Scottish Cup 5th round. And then we host Sevilla in a one-off game to get into the Europa League round of... It'll be the round of 16 there, wouldn't it? This will be the round of 32, so the second knockout round. That's going to be absolutely massive. Quick check of the league table. Celtic did end up winning, so it's officially a two-horse race at this point, I'd say. Can we win it? Let me know what you think in the comments. Can we win the league this year? But that's it for today, though, guys. I've been Aussie Bill. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.